Welcome back to Rasputin Gaming's hosting of Solastra, Crown of the Magister Early Access Playthrough. This is part 6. If you remember, we had just completed the quest to bring back a head of the Sorkath, which we did. We found a crown which seems to have similar powers to the One Ring in that now my paladin is attuned to it, as you can see right here. So in this part, we will be furthering on the quest. We'll be delving into some crafting and seeing how that works as well. So let's see if we can uh, gain some faction um, favors. So we'll start with the Tower of Knowledge. We can see if we can find these. We're looking for Maddie Green Isle or Dean Visek. So we're looking around here. I'm checking the map to see if I can find one of the people we're looking for. There's one right here. So let's fast walk to the temple quarter and then we'll come talk to Maddie. Spin this around. We know she's over here in this corner. There she is. So let's go talk to her. We'll see if we have anything in our inventory which interests them. So we have quite a few things here. Um, you can see we can raise relations pretty well with this one. The Silent Whisper parchment, which we will do. And also the Timurian Inquest Journal. And as you can see, we're Alliance now, joined you in battle, and merchant rebate is 10%. That's nice. It looks like you have to get above 30 to get this rebate. The Principality's at 30, and they're only in join us in battle. So next one we're going to look at is the Arcaneum. We're looking for a Headlong Sure Spell or Master Illustar Keen Mind. So let's go back to the map and see what we can find. These are guards. There he is. He's in the Gravekeeper's cask. So we'll just zip over here. And then we will talk to Headlong. He's in here somewhere. Let's see if we can find. There he is. So let's go up here and talk to him. So we have a couple of things. So we're up to sympathy here 8, 28. We have 2 more items. So we can get it to 30 and we can get it to 32. So we boost a couple. Let's pause the game for a minute and look at where we are. Merchant rebates 10%. So it's above 30, it looks like you get the 10% rebate from the merchants. So let's look and actually see what we might be able to buy from these guys. Let's turn the menu back on. Maybe we have to step away to talk to him again. Yes, we do. So we'll ask if we can see his wares and what he might have. So let's look at the ones that are highlighted here. So these are magic devices. So we need to be brotherhood with the Arcaneum to buy a wand of magic missiles. Might be the case of everything. Yeah, we're limited on them. But crafting, we could buy this crafting scroll of crafting for a scroll of fog cloud recipe. We won't at this time, but that's what we could do. Okay, so next on our list is the antiquarians. Let's see if we can find Haman Summer or Chancellor Herta Gomsdotter. So we'll look around here, see what we can find. Ah, there we go. At the Snow Alliance Embassy, that's where Hallman Summer is. There he is. So let's talk to him. Make sure everybody's coming over. So these ones should be, if we check the journal here, they're the principalities. So they're not interested in antiquarians. So let's see if we can find the Princess or Captain Varissa Ironshell. There she is. There's our diplomat for the principality. So we'll see what we have that she might be interested. Not going to be able to. So maybe we need to find the princess, which we probably cannot talk to at this point of the game. So I recall she didn't pop up on any of these. Okay, so in that case, we will head out. Temple Quarter, and this is the exit right here. So that's where we will head. Wow, we have a long ways to go. So before we get too far, That's from the last time we were on the travel journal. So we can click on the face of one of our people. We'll try to do some crafting while we're on the road. First, we want to craft potion of healing. We have a couple of proficiency. We don't have this one, but we do have the cure wound spell, which will help. And we do have supplies. Takes us 8 hours. We're going to need 8 successes. So we will start on that one. And then we will also try and craft a scroll of the magic missile here for our wizard. So we'll start that one. We'll close these. And we will travel here. We will travel at a normal pace like we have been doing. This is going to be 11 long rests, 11 days. And we'll get started. So we're halfway done with our crafting. Okay, so we finished some crafting. That was nice. So we met some hungry wolves and were surprised as usual with random encounters. They start off with the advantage of surprising us, so we're behind the 8 ball as usual. Um, we have some better initiative rolls which help us. But for this battle, this is going to not be good. I have to spend my whole first turn trying to wake people up. Okay. So I tried to pick in order of waking up people. We missed it right here with Ivar. Should have been the next one I woke up. But it'll have to be what it is. So our reaction roll helped us there. Wake up Ivar. We'll put a shield of faith on Ivar in case these wolves decide to attack our sleeping guy. Want to do what we can for the people that are behind, and luckily our paladin skill set allows us to block an attack, and we're in good shape now. So our cleric kills one. We move in, try and even up these odds. We'll have Ivar attack, misses unfortunately. And he takes 4. We'll smite because we're in camp, so we'll be able to regenerate everything we need to. So we have spells and healing. Another critical miss, a 1. That's typical in this game. Offset by a critical hit. Disadvantage, we still hit. And there we go. So now we have some knowledge. Let's pause right here and take a look at the bestiary. And right now we're alphabetical, so let's jet to the bottom. Wolf, we know one thing about wolves. First knowledge, we know what they are. Okay, and we'll go back to our long rest. And with a few more experience points in the bag for us. So you can see as we're going along, we're finding food and using food about the same rate. We continue to pass this ancient tree. We used up some 4. We met a scholar, no food this time. We did collect some ingredients in Angry Violent. Some maintenance right here, and now we're on a new path. As we travel, so we have 28 units of food, so we're pretty good. We just used up 4. We killed a bear, we gained 8, so we're up to 32. So it seems like rations in this game might not be a problem, as it would likely be on D&D tabletop gaming. We've had a fair amount of food that we've been able to forage or find or hunt for. As you can see, we used 4 right there. We'll see if we find any more. We did not find food. Orc party surprised us. Not surprising that we're surprised. This is typical. Maybe with a ranger it wouldn't be the case. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I'm thinking that the optimal party would be probably a paladin, a cleric, a rogue, and a mage. That seems to be it. You could probably substitute the ranger for a mage. You need a fair amount of ranged in this game, so it's would helpful to have uh, people that are or classes that are proficient in that. So I would hit him, and so dropped him from 52 down to 31. That's a good one. Cast spell will put the shield of faith on the wizard, who seems to be standing right in front. We'll end our turn. So we're hit for 6, so it's not so bad. We'll keep going. Cast Shield of Faith on ourselves. And end our turn. We'll attack from behind. There we go. Nice, so we did 11 points of damage. We'll attack opportunity. Oh, first one that I've scored a hit on with opportunity attack. Mostly I wanted to engage the archers to limit what they were able to do. And we will fire all three at this guy who's on this side. Not the best of damage. 7 leaves him about half damage. Our paladin, we will smite him again. Left him with 2, unfortunately. And some more ranged. Yeah, that's what happens. If you leave the ranged alone, we're taking a lot of damage now on my pally. But we'll do a lay on hands if we need to. Cleric will chase this one down again from behind. That's nice. And as you can see, you don't also have to pick the actual figure. You can go by their portrait to heal people and cast spells directly on them if that works. Strike from behind. This should be the end of this guy. We missed, so I guess it's not the end of anything. The orc tried to run way in. We missed with opportunity attack. That's, as I mentioned before, typical. Put all 3 magic missiles on this guy again. Hopefully it's enough to take him down. It is. There's 1 point here. Hit him so he's dead. And we will engage here. Cleric to get close enough to attack. And that kills him. So 162 experience points. So we're doing pretty good on experience points. Let's pause and oops, journal. There it is. So let's check the bestiary. That's what I was trying to find out, if we were learning anything about these orcs. It's alphabetical. Oh, there's ghouls. I missed them earlier. We're up to 204, so we know their armor class and their hit points, which is true every time you get to the second point of knowledge, which we did here on both these. The orc archer, armor class 13, hit points 15. And then the berserker is the armor class 15 and 52 hit points. Well, these guys are quite tough. They're challenge rating 2, 450 hit point, experience points apiece. So that's good for us. Hopefully it's getting us closer. While we're paused here, let's take a look at one of our characters. Let's go into the inventory screen and go to character. And it's not giving me how close we are to the next level, which is what I was looking for. So that might be something that needs to be shown by the developers, how close you are to the next level, and in the experience points you have, and how many more you need for the next level. Because at the moment, I'm not seeing it. Okay, so we will grab everybody and we will leave the area and continue on with our travels. So you can see we failed to detect them when they were approaching us. We're fresh, we didn't find any ingredients. We did get 2 rations, so we're back up to 22 from 20 where we were. I like these little anecdotes. It seems like they don't have a lot of them though. Heated political discussion in a game of dice seems to be the biggest one. We caught some wild hares. And then we set up some camp. We do some maintenance. Dice again. We failed to detect an approaching enemy. 2 more ghouls. So let's start the battle and see how this works out for us. So you can see from the hints you can split stacks too. We haven't had the need to do that yet. Our initiative rolls are really good, but we're surprised, so we're going to have to wait for them to go first, which allow them to close on us, which is fine. Sneak attack 16 wasn't quite enough to kill him. We'll end our turn. And let's go ahead and kill one if we can. We missed, so that wasn't good for us. Oh, first time I missed with the quarterstaff with my mage. Bound to happen. So, oh, maybe it's use power. Let's go back and look. Turn undead. So we have one failed to save, so he's turned, and the other one did save. So, let's see how that works. Oh, so the one we turned is going to run. That gives us all kinds of free attacks on him. So let's pass, attack, and see if the opportunity attack works. We missed, and he's going to run. Let's switch to the bow and see if we can still see this guy. It says we cannot see him, so let's move and take a shot at him. Nice. So now the one that wasn't turned will have attack. We'll smite him, and that'll do the trick. So again, our knowledge is increased for the ghouls, so we'll take a look and see what that is. Let's pause real quick. Journal. Bandage, we're 3 of 4 now too, which now we know their move and we know their skill sets, their attributes. We just found out about the ghouls, we said, so let's take a look. There they are. Challenge level 1, fair amount of experience points, and now we know their set dexterity. They're dexterous. They are ugly cusses and dumb as shit, so that's not a surprise. And when we get to 4-4, we'll see what else we learned. Maybe there's a treasure set or something over here that we will learn. So now we just need to find, there's the green area. Let's grab everybody. Game is paused, say play, and we'll leave the area. Yes, we want to leave the area. So So we are setting camp right before we go in, down to 17 units. One time, 13 now. We were up to 32 at one point. So um, we'll see how this goes. We're still pretty decent on food, and you can see the night-day cycle at the top. And again, the tip, you need a long rest to level up, which we know that happened previously. So we will see where we are. Spot to exit. So first thing to do is go into cautious mode. All right. So the trees are acting as barriers on the map. There's nothing up here we can do. So this is following the path and seeing where it takes us. It looks like a bridge across some water. So let's get close to the bridge and then we'll... Wow, that does not look good. Yeah, not likely that that's going to work for us. So since it's saying we have to find another way, it looks like we can go along the path this way. So we see there's some skeletons on top of the castle. So let's follow this roundabout path that we're taking. New waypoint added, the pond. Oh, there's somebody. Talbot the Gray. And a wolf that seems to be friendly. So let's move part way and see if we can trigger the scene. A door as well that we can activate. So I think the answer is to talk to him. Nice, we passed our insight roll. So we can try intimidating him, which is only 5%, or we can have the paladin try persuasion with a 40%. It was a success. So let's start by asking how strong the defenses are. Well, skeletons aren't a trouble, but a wraith can be a trouble. So let's ask again about... So we've asked all the questions, so we will bid him farewell. Okay, so we know somewhere out here is a dwarf ghost that we probably um, want to meet. And you can see enter the courtyard is behind us on the mini map. So door, this is probably his house. I'm not sure. Um, but let's move over this way and see. It looks like we can go up here, but we can't go any farther. So we couldn't pick the lock on the door, no problem. Let's go over here a little farther and see what we can see. So this way is blocked off to us. Door to get out on the other side. Would have helped if we could have picked the lock to get in. Um, but that being what it is, we'll just have to deal with it. Okay, let's try going around, oops, the other way. There's another path this way. So I'm noticing here that my pally did the dex check with the thieves tools. It was not optimal, so let me see if we can try with our thief, our rogue. Let's bring him all the way back over here and see. Take off cautious mode so he moves a little faster. Here he comes. Put cautious mode back on when we get up here. And let's do a save and see what happens. Oh, can't save. All right, so we only get one try, so we'll know for in the future to make sure we're not clicking on the party as a whole to make a party check, because it seems like when we do that, who's ever in the first slot is the one that's going to um, be making the checks, and that isn't always in our best interests. While we wait for our rogue to catch up, we'll continue to walk around carefully in the swamp here. It says we found a long rest safe area, but I'm not sure where that is at this point. Let's step over here. Ah, there it is. So we're not in need of it yet. Let's go up this slope and see what we can find. I'd like to find that ghost dwarf before we head in. Maybe he can tell us some more about this castle. The Dark Castle. Ooh. New waypoint added. Cemetery. So we can see that's over here. Probably going to be an issue. Here's some headstones. There's one. There's the dwarf. There's another one. So let's loot this thing right here. Pile of bones. That seems to be a quest item, it says. So let's go ahead and grab it. And let's, since we can't talk to him apparently, we'll part way and see if that changes anything. So let's talk to him. Pass our insight check. That's a good thing. So dialogue success odds are revealed. So we can try and intimidate him, which is not what I'm going to do. We'll just ask, we have a question. We'll see how that happens. All right. So we found the third group of bones already. You can see that. Um, we need to find the first two. We know where he is already. So let's start with these two graves over here we knew that we could look at. So this one first. Just some information. And again, just some information. Let's try this one. Okay, so it seems like none of his bones are in the graves. We will have to take a look for them. I'm guessing it's probably inside the building somewhere. I don't know. He said wolves scattered them, so it could be almost anywhere. Door is open in there. So let's step inside. That the roof is not coming off, except in a small area, is kind of troublesome for us. We find copper, silver, gold, some amethyst, an emerald, scimitar, queen ivy, and a scroll of fireball. So let's take this one and give it to our mage, and then we will loot the rest. So that didn't seem to do anything special for us. So let's head back outside. First thing we'll do is read this plaque. Iron Legion Glorious Dead. I don't see anything else tricky about the door, but let's walk over here and see if we see something. So there's a green area. This takes us to something else. Cannot save. So let's step into this and see where it takes us. So we can go down, which we will. I'm not sure that'll help us with the bones, but um, so just trying to get my bearings here real quick. Guessing that goes back the way we came. Let's zoom out best that we can. Ghoul. Locked door. Door we can't do anything about. Let's step forward. And we can't go that way. Miss, that's not good. A couple of ghouls. Our initiative rolls weren't that good. You can see we're quite a ways behind everybody else. Sneak attack. Nice. Interesting that it's saying I can't see him and I'm right next to him. Our old standby magic missile. So he can attack us, but we can't see him. That's a miss. Yes, you must do better. We could try and turn these. The tide of the battle is not going well for us. There's a sneak attack, so we killed one. Yes. We'll move up and end our turn. And we'll smite. That should take down another one. I hate to take the one melee spot. So we'll just, oh, abort, I forgot. Let's do, can't see him in that spot for some reason. It's telling me I can't either. So let's just ready, let me see what, cast this spell. What do we have in the way of cantrips? So we will ready a cantrip action. Can't see him. So we will ready a ranged attack. We can attack him here, but let's pull him out. So let's disengage and step back and see if that gets him to move. Ready cantrip attack. There he goes. Saved on a dex. Didn't save on the dex. But now everybody can attack, so there's two more ghouls somewhere, but we can't see them at this point. This is interesting. We don't know where the other two are. Well, it looks like the opening is on this side, so we need to go over here. I was trying to see if we could get through the door easily enough, but we're unable to do that, so we'll have to try a different methodology. That's just climbing over the top. There we go. Mage with a quarterstaff. Sneak attack, not quite enough to kill him. But this should be enough. So another 250, our ghoul knowledge has increased. So let's pause it, take a look in the journal for bestiaries. Cool, we're now 4-4, so let's see fully. So we know immunities, poison, exhaustion, and charm. They can see in the dark. They only speak common. We know their attacks generally get this when you're 3 of 4. So from here, let's see what we can find. There is something to loot. Seems like that's all there is. Scroll of color spray, go to the mage. And we will loot all. Nothing else on this side, it appears. Let's open it. Not exactly what we wanted to do now, is it? Yeah, critical miss, surprise, surprise. Somebody we can't see can attack us. That's not good. right? So what we'll try and do is get close to water, force the range guys to come down. Not so good with the range. Again, the RNG is not being, whoops, particularly nice to us. Can't see these guys, but we can see this one. We'll fire all three down there on him. So apparently he can see us even when we're right down there, which is unfortunate. Kill one and heal ourselves is typical. Let's get our mage a little bit closer. So 9, not quite enough to kill him. A lot of skeletons. Opportunity attack. Wasn't enough to kill him though, unfortunately. can't attack that one, but we can attack this one, so whiff. Oh, that's not good. So many 20s on their part. No, because they don't miss, and we do. Yeah, not really. There's a hit, but only worth half damage to him. $20. Critical hit again. So I've been critical hit every round this time by them. It's getting to be a little bit too much. Not even sure if I hit him, it'll work. So let's. And they save. Fucking A. Another hit. Their rates of hits are pretty high. Again, as I mentioned before, RNG is brutal in this game. And we miss. So I got a few turns to get over there. Probably can't do it. Battle's over. Let's just go ahead and load wherever this is. Hadn't meant to climb over the wall, just meant to try the door. So you got to be careful. Apparently, even though I couldn't see it, the gate was blocked, which means instead of trying the gate, my guys were climbing over the gate, which is not what I had intended to do, but what the game asked me to do. This is not where we want to be, so let's load number 2. Right, we're climbing over instead of going through. Such a problem with this game. You don't take the obvious route. You take the most unobvious route. So what's strange is that you don't have a use item. So like if you're carrying healing potions or something, you can't use that, which seems a little bit counterintuitive to the D&D rule set. Now let's just put everybody over here first. Too far away. Well, let's just pick up everything. See, one climbs, one runs. It's like just unsure of how these things work. We know if we go over this way, we're going to engage that battle. So let's see what this green area is about. So we're going in, we'll see what we find down here through the drain. Hopefully it's not a cesspool or the latrine. Let's go into cautious mode and we have a door here. We have a ladder here, which Nice, they both failed their saving throws, giving us a chance here. Still feel underpowered for this number of monsters, especially when the RNG doesn't at all go in your favor. Yeah, exactly. Come on. When we miss, it's just ridiculous because our opportunities um, to survive the battle become quite a bit less. That was one of the things noted in the actual um, 5th edition rules in the D&D rule set is you got to be careful about having the number of mobs or your monsters outnumber your party by too much, because a miss here or there um, just really tilts the odds um, in favor of the monsters. And um, that's what it looks like the developers here did not account for. So many of the battles were severely outnumbered by monsters that are at our level or greater, which just makes the battles extremely difficult unless you get favorable RNGs throughout the encounters. Let's go back into cautious mode, see if there's other things we can find in here. Door is sound of walking, so there's probably creatures on the other side that we aren't wanting to engage with at the moment. Now this time we had the right guy pick the lock. We're lighting the candles everywhere we go. Nothing seemingly to find. That's a little bit disappointing. We're going to go back and take a long rest here and see, um, try and recover some of our spells and prep for coming back into this place. Seems like a very large area. Should be able to get back easily enough to the long rest campsite that was close to where we found the dwarf. We came out in a different spot. That's interesting. There's not particularly liking that we can not go back the way we came. That seems to be a bit unpromising. Well, yeah, we missed, but despite the stealthy nature of what we were trying to do. Wow, we missed just way too often. Well, we found the next pile of Andy's bones. That's good. So let's take a short rest. Let's get everybody together first. Okay. Found a safe place. So fast travel allowed us to get where we wanted to go, and now we'll take our long rest here at the camp. Because if we're going to come in the front door and deal with all those skeletons, we're definitely going to need all the spell power we have available to us. Okay, so let's pause and take a look at the map. So is the basket on the outside? Looks like it might be on the outside. And this is where we went in the first time. It's where we came out after going in secret entrance over here. So we've looted all these locked doors. You can see unknown, we haven't opened that. But if we go in the keep's entrance, we're going to continue to have problems, but we'll give it the best we can. Look what we found. Amethyst. Oops. Just go ahead and loot all. Nice, let's look at the map. We found that one now, it's empty. There's the other one we did not find right away. Morningstar. Okay, loot all. Close that, and then let me go into the inventory here. Grab the Morningstar and give it to Unfortunately, not proficient enough. Let's go back in this way. So we wound up here. I'm not sure, but let's try this and see where this takes us now. Okay, so that one will take us back. That's good to know. So we're going back in the way we came in the first time. We're taking a look at it and see what we can find. See if we can progress any little further now that we have a full complement of spells. Come up there, we didn't find anything. We looted that one already. So let's go into cautious mode now. We'll go back over here by this door. So this is just a click to open, close the door, so we can do this with the entire group. Let's go in and pause. So truly crappy initiative rolls. And the surprise attack didn't work. We found another long rest area somewhere in here. Of course, he saved. Another one, unsurprising at all. Yeah, typical all of our attacks. Seems like one of the things I could have did if you're in an attack mode with a ranged weapon, that leaning the cursor into the edge of the map would scroll the map for you rather than having to hand move it, but is what it is. So a lot of knocking people down here, which is unfortunate. And we're going to spend our time chasing this guy around, it looks like. But we will do what we have to, I guess. Okay, now what I wanted to do. Didn't say, gave him a couple more. What's he got? 1 point left. Of course. Gives him another attack on me, which thankfully he missed. And he's dead. Victory. So we learned something about zombies. There's the long rest place. Looks like we can level up now. Everybody. So we're just going to walk around and light all the torches here. Loot this bookshelf. Loot the Dark Apprentice. And because our inventory is so full, when we want to pick up something from the ground, if it overlaps something here, we cannot pick it up. So we have to go about it this way. Pain. Something else the developers need to work on. Book or something on the table we can interact with. Just click to open this door. I'm not sure which door that is, but these must be books that we're able to find. And let's take our long rest. And we will level up at this point. As it gives it to us. Here we go, level up. Another 9 hit points is pretty good. And now, because we're 4th level, we can increase ability score or gain a bonus feat. Not sure what the feats are, so let's take a look first. Okay, so acute senses, that seems pretty good for a lot of things. Armor Master, +1. Constitution +1, AC +1, that's pretty good too. Strength +1. Focus sleeper. Hard to kill. So it seems like a lot of these you will gain by just raising your ability score. So that's what we'll do. We're going to go with ability score. Increase 2 ability scores of your choice by 1 point each, or a single score by 2. So we'll rank both our strength by 2 points, so we can do as much damage as possible. And I think spell-wise, we like the ones we have. So we'll validate those. Now we'll level up our cleric. 6 hit points. A couple more spell slots. Another cantrip. That's nice. And instead of a bonus feat, we're just going to go ahead with the ability scores again. So 19, we'll go 20 on the wisdom. That gives us +5 on the saves and our heals and things. And we will take light. Having another person being able to cast a light spell will be beneficial to us. And we're 9 of 9, so we're where we want to be. Let's take this one off and do Prayer of Healing instead. Let's level up our rogue. Nice, 7 more hit points. Ability scores, we're going to roll with that. We're going to raise the dex and strength. And now we'll level up our wizard. We got spell slots, we got max hit points, cantrips, and some spells. So intelligence is already 20, or 19, I believe 20 is the max. We'll find out here. Yep. So that one's max. So then we'll increase the constitution. Oh, dex. So we can pick another cantrip. Firebolt. Ray of Frost is pretty good. Damages and slows them. Firebolt. Damage and daze. We already have acid, so poison some. One ranges 2 squares. That's touch. This is 24. Firebolt's the long range, so we will take that one. Class spells, we get 2. Let's look up here first. See if there was something we left. Spider climb is pretty cool. Acid arrow and blindness. Let's take those. And we're 9 of 9. Misty Step sounded good. We haven't really used it. Take off Sleep and put Charm Person. We're getting a little bit high for Charm Person, but we'll put it on there. Shield we've been able to jump into. So we'll validate these. We'll close. And now we're maxed out. So at this point, we'll pause the game. And what we're going to do is save the game. We'll call this one the Dark Tower. And so remember to follow and subscribe when you can. We appreciate your patronage, and we will continue to bring Solastra Crown of the Magister Early Access gameplay. Next one will be part 7. We have 2 hours in this one, but we covered a lot of ground, and we hope you enjoy it.